Hey guys, my name is Logan Shinholster, and in this video, we're going to be talking about Contractor Growth Network, which doesn't sound exactly the same as Contractor Sales Academy, but we actually, the two companies, work together on a lot of things. So don't mind the name, definitely watch the content because it's the exact same message. I hope you like it. Check it out.
So how do you, I want to go back to this hiring thing because your process is like, I mean, I've read how Google hires and they used to have it where like they had to have like a unanimous yes. Otherwise you'd keep going through interviews and stuff. But for you, you're finding these A players, you're putting them through the ringer. How are you finding them initially? Are you just going to like high schools? Because like hiring right now is like everybody complains, oh, there's no good workers out there. I'm a big believer that you just do a really shitty job of training people, and that's why they end up leaving in, a few months. But where are you finding these people that you're then taking and turning them into these A players?
Well, let me ask you a question. What does recruiting mean to you?
Well, recruiting means to me to actively go out and seek out people to bring into your business.
So would you say recruiting means posting it on Craigslist and Indeed?
Well, I'm a little bit biased because I used to work as an inside sales rep at Indeed. So I come from that world, but to me, I don't. I see recruiting more as like not poaching, which is a negative term, but like actively going out and trying to bring people into your organization versus letting them come to you.
So that's exactly what I wanted. Thank God you said that perfectly, because you got to go out and get it. You got to go out. You got to find people that are already working that are A players somewhere else. And you got to give them a better why, which is your why of why they should work for you. And when your employees become recruiters, that every time they go to a gas station, every time they go out to eat and see a busboy that's kicking butt, every time they get a FedEx or Amazon package delivered and they speak to that person who's going out of their way to make you a happy customer, they're reaching out saying, wow, I mean, I get haircuts. I had a girl that used to cut my hair work for me. So it's going out there and getting it, number one. Number two is so many people will spend hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on advertising, but they'll spend $150 a month on getting great people. I want to be on every job board. So I think job boards work, but they're not the number one place to go. But more importantly, we speak at colleges. We talk, we try to go live all the time on Facebook, and we try to have people actively reach out to their friends. Right now I'm working on an affiliate tracking tool, influencers. So there's a cute girl on Instagram, pretend, or TikTok or whatever. You get them to, they got 34,000 followers. You get them to be anybody that gets hired that comes through their channel, which is trackable, they make $1,000. So you go out there and you find all these affiliates to help you recruit. You go out there, I do the predictive index. I've got unlimited use to it for well over 20 grand I paid per year. People want to find out what kind of personality they have. And if they could do it for free and they're in the segment I want, between 20 to 29 years old, you let them take the test for free. If they're the perfect PI I'm looking for that role, I'm going to reach out to them and I'm going to say, listen, I really think you do amazing here. Are you happy where you're at? No or yes. And if so, if you're happy, you should still learn about us and see if it's a good place, because we're growing so fast. There's a lot of opportunities for a very nice career. And I'm willing to give you a sign-on bonus if you'd even consider coming over. Is there any chance I could fly you out or bring you into Phoenix and just check it out for a day or two, or at least do a ride along in your market you're in to see if it's up your alley? So I want 500 applicants a day coming in. That's my goal, just for the technicians.
So this really sounds like this is more of like an identity for the company. It's not just like we put an ad out there and we just siphon out who we don't want. This is kind of like, I think like Sandler teaches this with selling, where it's like if you're sitting next to somebody at a bar, you just strike up a conversation and you mention this is what I do. This is kind of what you guys are doing with recruiting, where your people or your recruiters are never really off the clock. They're always kind of got an eye on, well, that busboy had done a great job so far. Let me just strike up a conversation and see what their aspirations are.
Well, my employees get $1,500 if they recruit somebody. So what's in it? I got a guy that recruited 10 guys over the last 2 months. He's going to get 15 grand because of that. So there's, if we win, they win, and vice versa. That's all my technicians got call tracking numbers. So they hand out their business card with their tracking number. someone calls, they get 10% of that.
Wow, I've never heard of somebody using a call tracking number in that way.
Oh yeah, I've got
How did you come up with that?
Well, I've got 4,300 call tracking numbers. I said, I've got unlimited use of them. Why not use them for our technicians? Why not have them out there generating jobs? And a lot of them, they'll go hand their cards off to the neighbors. A lot of them hand them off at a gas station. They'll go around, they'll pass them out and say, listen, I don't know if you're going to need garage door work anytime soon, but if you do, I want to take care of you. And I teach these guys to be basically marketers. They're instead of marketing your own company, let me handle all the crap. Let me handle the hard stuff like the taxes, the culture, the hiring, the systems, the HR, there's so many things that go into business, the marketing, the shirts, the trucks. Why don't you go out and generate a ton of business, even if someone else fulfills it, get paid on it? Now you've got a business in a box, you can make a ton of money. And I don't care if you make a ton of money. Shit, if you make 500 grand, I'm good with it, because I know I did good, because all of our structures are paid for performance to make sure the company does good and the individual could do great.
So with you, do you have, I mean, I know you said everybody has a number. So do you have like some sort of commission structure for everybody where it's like, if you, I know you have the 10%, but if you knock out this many doors a month, you get a bonus of this? Like, I guess, can you kind of like shed a little bit of light on just, I guess, this whole pay for performance mentality?
Well, for example, my CSRs get paid on 4 major things. One of them, the big one, is booking rate. So their percentage booking. And then it's on their attendance Monday and Tuesdays. They got to be attended because that's the day they missed and it's our busiest day. The next one is empathy on the phone. We test 1 out of 10 calls. And the next one is data accuracy to make sure they repeated the information 3 times. So when that comes into play, they make around $8 for a booked call. So they're booking 4 calls per hour. They can make $32 an hour, or minimum wage. We have to pay the minimum wage. So they get either or, they don't get both. When you could get, so you got to find out what 4 or 5 things that you need this role to do and get them on a performance pay, because I'll just tell you this, hourly and salary employees with no performance pay never do the best they could do. You're not getting them to the best of their ability. And if you don't have someone that desires to be number one, is competitive, that wants to try, they're not going to work for my company because they hate performance pay. They can't make it here. And they're great. I invite them to go work for my competitors, because that's just another one up I'm going to have. When you get someone that's fine, that says, no, I'd much rather have salary than commission. What I want to know is your commission fair? And I don't like the word commission, because commission only depends on percentage of the job. That's not how I work, but we're going to use that term for this. If you tell me you pay fair commission and you showed me how it works, I choose commission over anything every day. Don't limit how much I can make by a salary or hourly. Give me a way to win the game and win big. And I don't mind. I got a guy that's going to make over 200 grand this year as a tech, but he's got businesses. He's got people calling him left and right. He's recruiting people. He's found 5 ways to make money within the company.
So with someone like that, how do you, I don't want to use the term golden handcuff, but if he's got effectively his own mini business within the business, how do you keep him around? How do you keep him happy to not want to go out and just start something else?
These guys that work for me, they understand they're good at one thing. I've allowed them to be the king of what they are. I don't think, I try not to let the left hand talk too much, but I don't mind. I also don't try to keep secrets. I think the difference is you keep them very, very happy, and you talk to them about goal setting. And, I think some of these guys feel really loyal. We brought them up, we've trained them. We've had them sign paperwork like non-competes, non-disclosure agreements, non-solicitation, which won't really hold them if they wanted to go do their own thing. But they've seen enough people go try to start their own business and understand that we're marketing machines. We've got a lot more roles, better technology stacks. We're more of a technology company that does garage doors. And I think that's hard to duplicate, because we've spent a lot of money on custom programming to get where we are today. And we're spending, I'd say, an average of $30,000 a month for developing our systems. And that's not even our CRM. Those are outside things that talk to our CRM. And then I'm spending another 15 grand on SEO a month, which people say, dude, that's crazy.